Hey there, folks. Let's do today's CSS Battle Daily Target. Oh, yeah. Okay. I think we've had a real run of kind of interesting symmetries. Yesterday was really great. Today, what do I see? Today, I see a bunch of elements that are super specific, and I kind of want to do what I find myself wanting to do is use basically make use four paragraph elements. So I'll make four, and margins I will put. I think the heights are all going to be the same, and then the margins are going to all be different. And then there's a few different ways to do this shape. And then I could do a rotate or a scale or any of a couple of different ways. But so setting this up, make B, C, and D. So this is usually backwards of what I usually do, but we'll create I'm going to need these selectors, right, to make alterations. So I'll make one, and then I can make changes to the others. So let's make the first one first. All right. So I'm going to set margins. The way shaping elements works is, for a block level element, it's going to be as wide as it can within the margins that are available. So if I set those margins and add a little bit more, 5, 44, 30, and then here 200, 200, 10, 20, 30, 32, and then set a height. Maybe that's 40, 50, 40, 20, 30, 40, 45? I don't know, what's the height? Oh, yeah, so no. More like 60, 80, 80, there we go. So that's an element, right? And I don't have to do height there. I could do I could do a border of a solid this color, right? And then do border width of probably 40 pixels, 0, 0, 40 pixels. And if I change that background and then change the height to 40, like that's one way to make that shape, and that's completely convenient way to make that shape. Not my favorite. My favorite, of course, is the I'm going to reset that height to 80, do a background, and do a conic gradient. And I can do a from, and then do a variable var from var, and we'll say dash a for angle from 90 degrees. And then there's going to be a chunk that's transparent, 25% of it, and then the rest of it will be this dark color. And that's the other way to do that. And then, so for each one of these, I can set the angle, right? So let's see, the next one is from dash a 0. That's the second one, and then the third one, the dash a, would be what? 180 degrees, or 50%. Yeah, no, 180 degrees, right? Great. And then the last one is from an angle of 270 degrees. We can't see that one because we still need to set the margin. So var dash m for margin. And let's make those values. So this is pretty straightforward. I can copy and paste like these numbers. Like that clump. I do the same values, right? Because that's already what's applying. I'm going to flop these two numbers. The 232 goes here as the margin left. And then this is a minus number, probably minus 80. Right? To have it be right below the other. And then this C's margin is going to be very similar to this one. Right, and you can kind of see that, oh, there's patterns here. Do we want to variabilize those? And I'm not going to do that for my purposes, but you could do that. 5, 6, 7. There's also other ways to do this, of course. Like this is the thing that's really interesting about this game is that there's so many different ways to do things, right? Like it's really pretty cool. Go ahead and copy this one. It might be the same, actually. Could it be the same? Yeah, it is. So that's an interesting case. So 30, 232, 0, 72, and then minus 80, 72, 0, 232. So that value stands out to me. So let's put that on its own. We'll call it V. I don't know why V, but set the margins in V, and then so for C, for B and D, B and D, yeah, B and D, get another attribute V, and then V, and then I only have to do it once there. And that number is what, 232,072. Great, fine. Let's submit it. Let's see if we got it. Little less taxing than yesterday's, but still a super fun one. Yeah, let's minify and replace, and that's it for today. It's a good one. Lots of ways to do this one. It makes my head spin. Always makes my head spin to think, oh, what are the other choices I got to make these shapes? This is fair amount of code, but I always like playing with the margins and doing those kinds of things. All right, have a great day. Take care of yourselves and go make a web page.